Hello, all. Welcome to session 52 of the Sphere of Power campaign, a conversion of the first edition Desert of Desolation modules from back in the heyday of D&D when it was still run by TSR. Anyways, we're in modern times now. We're using better software. We're connecting across the great void that is the internet. And we've been having a lot of fun now we decided we're on 2 years now on this campaign. So
Just about, yeah.
Session 52 already has covered quite a lot. Just as a quick recap, after being ported into a far, far away desert land after finding a mysterious set of scrolls and crystals in a troll cave in which they had been cornered, they found out that they are stuck or caught up in an ancient prophecy where a great Efreet Pasha named Kalatarius had been imprisoned 1,000 years ago after wreaking a wrath of destruction across the desert lands, changing the landscape forever. Apparently, a great mage back in the day named Martek was able to contain, though not defeat, this evil.
We're going this way.
And enacted or set forth a prophecy where he would be dealt with, or a set of heroes would be able to contend with him 1,000 years forth, which is now present day, using his sphere of power, which you guys have been sent on a quest to find. And you have learned that to get access to the sphere of power, there are 5 star gems somewhere hidden in the desert that you need to locate. And at this point, you believe you have found 3 of them. And
yes, Dan, I have the cable.
Da-da-da.
Cool. I'll send your way. I'll start your way.
And so you now have what you believe are 3 of the star gems, but you still need to locate 2 more. And even then, you still have to figure out where you need to take them or what you need to do with them. But you've been to the Great Pyramid of Amun-Ra and actually broke the curse of the pharaoh, who basically worked his workers into the ground to build his great pyramid and left them with basically nothing. And in the process of doing so, restored the great river Athos to the valley, which has begun to work its way up through the desert. As a matter of fact, yeah, I guess you don't quite know, the party doesn't quite know this now, but upon returning to the surface, you will be hearing rumors of people exclaiming about the river has returned and all kinds of joy and celebration that the river's been restored. So yeah, you're going to emerge into a much more festive atmosphere than you've been dealing with. But more recently, here in the Oasis of the White Palm, we've learned quite a bit about political factions that have been going on. Hey, Alex, I'm going to mute you for a second, okay?
Yeah.
And you've learned quite a bit about the political factions that are going on. Before leaving the town of Bralazar in the great south of this desert, which you left probably about a month or so ago, you did hear rumors that the guild master had apparently been kidnapped. And the guild master referred to the Sand Voyagers Guild, a guild of individuals that have been responsible for quite a while for managing and assisting travel through this great wasteland. And as a matter of fact, they are the keepers of the only markers that help lead wayward travelers through the desert. Otherwise, it would just be in complete open waste. And you have been following their trail quite consistently through your early adventures. There's also the Slavers, which apparently have infiltrated the Sand Voyagers Guild. And you've recently been able to confirm this as you just rescued the guild master of the Sand Voyagers, his name being Tolnus Granicus. And so you know that these 2 parties, in addition to the ruling house or the sheik of the Oasis, have been in some kind of conflict. Well, actually, the Sand Voyagers and the sheik probably have been on good terms, but recent events have made them suspicious of one another. And this all focuses around a missing princess, the one promised to be betrothed to the firstborn son of the sheik. And she disappeared a few weeks ago. What you learned from Tolnis is that, based on what he heard amongst his captors, is that the Ifrit is actually responsible for her kidnapping. And he probably has her somewhere. Now, why he has her, you don't know. You do understand why everyone wants her back. She's meant to marry the firstborn son. And, that leads to all kinds of peace and prosperity in the oasis. And, everyone wants to be peaceful and prosperous. So, except for mercenaries. Oh, well, they want to be prosperous, just not peaceably. Anyway, I divert. So that's basically where we are at. Down here, you also found another map and another inscription. The map appears to be the northern half of the desert, which was previously unrevealed to you. In the map that you've been carrying around with you, that was given to you by, oh shoot, I'm going to forget his name now. Aman al-Rakib. He was the mage in Bralazar who basically got you started on all this and set you up and gave you some initial supplies and information. So the map and inscription we went over last time. And thanks to Alex and Dan, we came up with the following translation. And I'm mostly doing this to refresh Alex, since I know that she is not at her computer right now. In Phoenix did I, Martek, Archmage of the land, seal up a prince of the Jinn, that in the days ahead, which I do foresee when the evil one is loosed, the power of good might be put to the test against the evil. The path and the way I have entrusted to the pharaohs and their wives, that each might hold a part of the key, and together know when to unlock the power of this Jinn. Shoot, lost my place. 1 second. One more paragraph. Unfortunately, I lost my spot. No. Ooh. Oh boy.
Okay, the next part is the time is yet, and then the word I think is unknown, but the place, I messed it up, but the place is under.
Now you're coming
You're
through
cut-
choppy, Dan.
Yeah, you must be going through the dead spot. You're kind of fading out.
Yeah, by Fugels.
Okay, I got it. The time is yet unknown,
Okay, good.
but the place is this place of Set under the protecting Phoenix.
Oh, protecting. I put protesting. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, unlock and protecting were the only things that you really didn't have on there, but everything else you guys were right on the money on. So yeah, I gotta give you an experience reward for that.
Yes.
So meanwhile, you're still probably in the lowermost depths of this tunnel or of this place. But that being said, your newest team member, you're discovering to be quite a perceptive asset as he notices something himself in his current position. Right above the door. Oh, come on. There we go. There seems to be a square panel in the ceiling, about 15 feet up, maybe more like 12 feet up. And it's hinged.
Well, considering none of us are 15 feet tall, I suggest we get the flying sneaky sneak to go and check it out.
Exactly.
So I point out the hinged panel in the ceiling to our flying sneaky thief, who is probably still muted by Keith.
Yes, let me unmute her. Thank you. Oh, I have to ask to unmute, so I don't know if now that wasn't her. We lost someone else. So okay, out there we
Dan
go.
coming, yeah, that's probably Dan coming down to my place.
That
There's
makes
a place
sense.
where cell phone reception drops entirely.
Okay.
Yes. Do not call her a thief. She will not, she does
Respond
not
to that.
appreciate it.
Hmm.
But she does, you point out the panel in the ceiling and she will fly up and take a look and see what she thinks it is.
How about a burgle
And
hobbit?
see if burger hobbit.
What's a burglar hobbit?
That's a burger hobbit. A burger hobbit. Yeah, so I'm gonna go float up there and see if I think it looks dangerous. Like traps and such.
All right. Do.
If I could, I'd make the rolls myself, but
It opens directly to a, well, maybe not directly. There's probably about a 10-12 foot tunnel going straight up. But it seems to open up into the interior of a surface building. Let's see.
oh, interesting.
Let's see if you recognize that surface building. No, not that. Oh, you SOBs. All right, another instance where they're pointing to the wrong number, and I got to figure out the right one.
No worries.
Ah, yes, there it is. Okay. Now who do we lose?
Dunno.
Ms. I'll be.
No,
Red
no,
dress.
yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking through who's here.
Probably
Oh.
Dan again. If he's still driving, he's gonna go in and out.
Oh, I didn't realize he reconnected though. I thought we lost someone else. But yeah, Matt's still on. So yeah, we got everyone.
Yep, I'm here.
Okay. Let's see. And yes, the critical point. Yes, it is the middle of the day. So shrouded in shadows, the expanse of this vast warehouse is blocked by stacks of crates near the door. In one corner is a large sand sled with 3 ski runners. The room you're in measures roughly 50 feet by 60 feet. Do I have a map of this? I don't know if I do. I think I do. I think this was the map that I skipped over. I forgot about, but we're gonna come back to it. So anyway, yeah, the tunnel leads, the door in the ceiling leads to a short tunnel that emerges in a 50 by 60 room that is obviously on the surface.
That's awesome.
Makes it a lot easier to get out.
Yeah.
Definitely awesome. Hell yeah.
Yeah, because this means we don't have to go through the painful corridor.
Did Alex just go back in time or something? She sounds like she's coming through an AM radio or a gramophone.
Yeah.
It sounds like.
What about wasn't there the guy we had turned into a monkey or something hanging around still down there somewhere?
Yeah, we left Mr. Monkey somewhere.
Do we have to collect
We
them?
were down here as a monkey. No, actually, we should probably bring him up, and turn him back into his regular form, so he can talk to the Sheik, and the Sheik can question him.
So find him and punch him.
Well, we have to bring him before the Sheik
Exactly.
is
Punch the monkey, don't spank it.
Yeah.
All right, so what is the party doing?
Are we gonna go find the monkey man?
I think we're going, at least some part of us are going to go back and find the guy that we turned into a monkey.
You're gonna need to do
Red
something about
Dress,
your
Red
microphone.
Dress is neutrally averting his eyes from Varric spanking the monkey. I mean, punching the monkey.
Yeah, we're gonna go up.
Alex, you definitely got to fix something, whatever happened to your microphone. You're really hard to hear and understand.
Yeah.
Okay. Phone's in my pocket, and my headphones
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm enjoying it. It sounds like she's back in the 1920s.
Yeah, I know. Okay, well, Matt, if you're going to proceed with that, that could be, but yeah, it's kind of weird. It's, not like your normal, clippy, chippy, digital static. It sounds like more like something from an ancient audio problem.
Mhm.
Weird. I'll see what I can do when I get back to the car. Thank you.
At least we can kind of hear that you're there.
Do you know what? I just realized
Your laugh comes so clearly.
This is the perfect time to get her to start reading Dick Tracy novels to us all.
That would be interesting. Very nostalgic too. All right. I do not.
I probably have in my notes somewhere where we left the monkey.
I hate it when we lose the monkey.
But as I'm not at my computer, I don't have access to those notes. But,
Okay, I apologize, folks. Though I do have a map I kind of could use, I can't really use it without giving away more information as to where you are. So we're just gonna do theater of the mind for the moment. So yeah, again, the room above you is roughly about 50 by 60. As I said, it's stocked with crates and barrels all around. All the way up to, but not necessarily blocking the doors. And based on your current sense of direction, there appears to be a set of double doors to the northeast, facing north, and a 10-foot wide passage heading east in the southeast wall.
Well, let's retrieve the monkey. Andy, leave it. Leave it.
Am I punching the monkey or did we find him?
No, we're
Is that
not
still a
punching the monkey
situation?
until we get into the teeth.
Well,
Okay.
I'll just remind you, Matt, unless it's your monkey, make sure you get permission first, please.
For sure. Totally only spank the monkey with consent.
Yeah,
All
'cause
right, now
the
the
monkey
monkey,
will
do you
be
remember
easier
where you
to,
left the monkey? That's the big question. That would be puppy.
Come on, leave it.
Okay, so Matt or Jim or Ms. or Albie. Anyone else going with Farrick?
Well, is there a way up to get through the hatch?
Yeah, I'm down to go through the hatch and everything like that. Yeah.
Other than
Whatever's good.
flying?
Are we ignoring the monkey then? Because the monkey's not in this room or this area.
No, we're going for the monkey.
What was that, Alex?
We're going for the monkey.
Okay. Came through a lot clearer that time.
I've been walking.
All right, so are any of you going to take the lead? I'm going to move Alex up.
I think the monkey is there somewhere,
Very good.
We're going to the car.
or something like that, or there. But I honestly don't remember. It's been so long.
Where did we park the monkey?
Yeah, I don't remember turning a dude into a monkey. So
I can't remember where I parked my car. How am I going to find a monkey?
Especially when
Monkeys are
that
typically
monkey
a lot
like 6
noisier
weeks
than
ago.
cars.
Say again, Alex?
Monkeys tend to be a lot noisier than most cars, or at least most parked cars.
All right, so I've moved Alex back up through the corridor, past the screaming doors, back through the tunnel that had been dug out, back into the older area of the temple. And you're now at the intersection between, obviously, where you came from, the path with the pit that led to the library where you found the map. That was off to your east. To your west was the entrance that you guys came in through the cultist temple. And the secret door just to your left. Pink. And of course, the foreboding room of evil leading to your north. Proceeding west, Alex.
Okay, just an FYI, Dan just picked up the cable from me, so he's probably about 15 minutes from being back at his computer.
Hey, that was pretty quick.
I am back at the car. Have to get the puppy in the car, and then I can
Sorry,
drive.
I was talking with the wife. Did we achieve monkey?
Well, the monkey does not seem to still be in the same place anymore.
Well, of course, monkeys move.
The question is, what did the monkey see and what did the monkey do?
He say,
can I take a look around and see if I see any monkey scat laying about, indicating which direction it might go?
let's do a investigation check.
Alright. Where'd my towel go? I buried it.
So I guess in the future, we need to learn how to leash our monkeys.
Uh-huh.
So as you
Contain.
had originally noted when you first came into this area, you remember that this wall was actually a secret door that was activated by the statue that created the monkey. This whole area has definitely been unvisited, untreaded for quite a while. So as we noted, the dust is pretty thick. And the monkey clearly left a trail. And that trail proceeds back to the east. Towards the stairwell.
Oh, okay. Oh no.
Yeah, you didn't close the other secret door.
Cool. Yeah, we might as well go up there, call for a monkey. What was his name?
Did you guys name him?
Cool.
Did you name him?
Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
I think you did. He was a
So
converted
just monkey.
cannon fodder.
Bob Light.
All right. So right now I just have Varric
I'll
and
just track the
Coyote up
monkey
here.
until we find it.
Anyone else? Anyone else? All right. So at this point, I just have the two of them up here, Varric and Coyote. So Varric, I'm moving you over.
That's true. Yeah, Redreth is going to hang back by this exit here. And just keeping an eye on this area.
Okay. So Fecus and Mizram is still guarding the door to the basically your rest area at this point. And I'll presume, Dan, that you have Haig up with your brother, even though none of you have said anything yet. You two are rarely separable.
Yeah. Yeah. Fairly inseparable. Sorry, this end of the lake gets a little spotty with coverage, so I've missed probably the last 15 minutes. But
And there he goes.
I was going to say, you'll probably lose it again going up the lake. So
Yeah, well,
no, I'm still on, but I'm muting myself so you guys don't have to hear the background wind.
Current objective: spank the monkey
we have been
in
warned.
front of the Sultan.
Yes.
So the question is, would he take offense at this action?
Right. Like, shouldn't we spank the monkey before we bring it to the Sultan? Like, bring it. Isn't this a person with information?
He's already terribly not thrilled with this in the first place. We might as well go for all the bases.
I'm down.
That's right. You almost did royally piss him off, didn't you?
Yeah.
All right. So Varric, you continue to follow the monkey path, monkey trail,
Yep.
and apparently
Looking for the monkey.
he made his way over to the steps and proceeded down the steps.
Motherfucking monkey.
I have a
All
feeling
right.
the monkey may be eaten by something.
Well,
Alex, are you staying
The
at the
things that are at the
intersection?
bottom of that pit.
Alex, are you staying at the intersection or following behind them?
No, I'm following them.
Redreth is staying back where we were, but yeah, if I hear if somebody sends a message or something, I can come assist if they need it.
I think Dan is trying to say something.
yeah, he's trying.
I don't think he knows he's trying though.
Yeah. I don't think he knows how hard he's trying.
Wow, we are getting some really interesting audio effects today.
Yeah.
It's like a bad.
Well,
It's
think it
very
caught us, you
nostalgic.
finally.
We're doing time shifts. This sounds like some kind of stutter box from a 70s rock band. Ah. All right, so Dan,
I'm ready to.
cannot make
Oh,
out what
there's
you're
a big
saying at all.
section.
We're getting like really,
Yeah.
really intermittent whips and tones. So, oh, okay, yeah, you can type. That's good. All right. So you are currently trying to follow or track the monkey. I don't know. Is it your intent to catch it if you can, or kill it?
Vark's gonna look at KLLE and be like, what are we doing with this thing?
I think we're catching it so that we can bring it to the sheik so he can question the guy.
Well, you
Okay.
have to knock it unconscious first or kill it so that I could resurrect it. So then we can get him back to being human form and then talk to the Sultan. We should probably do that before
No,
bringing
but
him.
it's polymorphed. All you have to do is get
Yeah.
it to unconscious and it changes back.
Right.
Yep.
So we have
So it
to.
should just be able to bop him on the head and we're good to go.
Right.
However, I only have 1 second level spell left, so I can't bamf across the gap on these stairs.
Yes, but I can fly.
Yep. So if some shit goes down, I'll come help.
At
But
this
otherwise-
point, while you are discussing it, you suddenly hear from down the corridor with an echo.
Well, the
Fly
monkey.
up
Found
and
him.
see where the monkey is.
Monkey fell.
You got that?
Go, go, go.
Well, of course the monkey fell.
Of course, I don't know that because I'm a long way away.
Did the monkey fall in the pit?
Well, you probably have, yeah, as he
I'll
Mark
take a
is
look.
sitting down there. Yeah, as you head down there, you notice that the monkey prints go off the edge of the stairs there.
Cool.
He gets there and then you see slide marks off the edge. Obviously, he was still enough to trip the trap.
Cool. How much do we care about this? Isn't there bad shit down here? Like there was some dead stuff
Tripped
down in this hole.
the stairs trap, but did he awaken the things?
Yeah, look, I'll take a look down in the hole. Vark, well,
Well, once again, what illumination are you using?
oh, I've got my monocle on.
Okay, so once again, looking down there, you see basically lots of loose sand with depressions.
I don't see the monkey or a man.
You don't see anything there.
Call you out, my good sir. I have no verbal audio proof that you have your monocle on.
I don't see the monkey.
I heard it, but for a moment.
Lovely.
Yeah, so Varric will be like, if you want to fly down there, check it out, see what you see, but it might be a man.
I will
Could be
I
a
will
chap down there.
cautiously
Just
fly
be careful.
down there. I will cautiously fly down and see if I can figure out what happened to the monkey without putting myself in danger.
And if somebody attacks you, I'll rain smite. I'll just jump. Smash him.
And at this point, Tolnus kind of pipes in and asks, what's with this monkey? What do you need this monkey for? He seems rather anxious.
He's one of the cultists. He's one of the cultists from down here.
Yeah.
Okay, he acknowledges your response, and you see him kind of looking up in his head like he's, trying to process it.
I mean, yeah, that guy is kind of like all we need.
Well, so that he looks
So
back
we-
at you after thinking about it for a moment and then says, you realize I am on good terms with the Sheik. Him and I are friends for going well back. I simply need to appear with you and point out that the cultists are operating down here, and he will send all manner of forces down here to eradicate.
So it's a good thing we saved the monkey.
Well, I say we let the little bugger squirrel.
And crack on, shall we? Let's go. Oh, wait, we must on forthwith.
Okay, then at that, then I will simply abandon the monkey because I don't really care much about the monkey. He was just
Yeah.
another piece of evidence, and we will. I will go and like figure out how to, drop a rope to people so they can climb up to the warehouse.
It actually shouldn't be that hard for. Oh, the only thing I would see is that Mizram would probably have to change back into human form.
I'll just grab the cat and toss him up.
I
into
could, somebody
could
could
too.
carry him.
Hang
Yeah,
on,
the opening
hang
is
on,
the opening
I'm
is only
sorry,
about.
elf on. No
We can't
one's
toss the cat?
carrying the elf.
Polar parchment cheers for who gets to throw the cat.
Roll initiative.
Yeah, the opening is only about 12 feet off the floor, which
He's a
the
cat.
Goliaths
He's
can
still on
reach.
Yep.
And then once you open the door, it hangs down, and that probably gives you about another 3 feet. So most any you should be able to grab onto the door, pull yourself up.
Yeah,
into
we
the
can
top.
give anybody a boost who needs a boost.
Obviously, it was meant as a way for average humanoids to travel between the two, at least the ones that knew about this.
I still think
And
we
that's
should
the
go
other.
tell the
That's another
chief.
thing. I'm not going to roll for it right now, but it's going to be obvious to at least one of you that neither end is very well hidden.
Oh. So probably the end we're coming
Okay.
out of is well known by somebody.
Whoever was using it, probably.
Like I said, Fekish was able to notice it, just my simple passive observation. And popping up on the other side, it's not like it's covered by a rug or anything else, and there's crates of fresh goods there. So, someone had to have noticed this door on the floor.
Okay. Well, once we get everybody up, I'm gonna float about and find the exit and make sure that nobody's preparing to jump out at us as we exit.
Good idea.
Not a bad idea at all.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go all sneaky.
All right, there we are. Huh. Interesting. Okay.
So who's out by the front door?
The front door of the building that the trapdoor comes up to, or?
Yeah, we're trying to exit the building with as little fuss as possible.
All right, so which way are you looking? The double doors on the north wall or the passage to the southeast?
I don't know. What does the group think?
Southeast.
We're not there though, are we?
No.
Yeah, you are.
You're
We've all climbed up.
Oh, okay. I thought you were sneaky off ahead.
On his way out, Varric shut all the doors, all the secret doors.
I will admit, I thought that you were just doing sneaky peeky too, but
Yeah, so did I.
all right, so what's gonna be the easiest?
No,
way?
I thought we
Good
were
call,
all up
Ranger.
in the
Oh.
warehouse and just kind of waiting by the trap door while I do my sneaky thing.
Ah, okay. Very good.
Take down.
Which way should I go, guys? North or
I
east?
would say if there's a single door versus a double door, I guess I would try the single door.
Okay, so I think that's the east one.
I'll try to give you guys a little more to work with here. All right, I have posted an image in the campaign play section of the Discord channel. And you'll see on the left hand side there. Oh, hold on. There we go. On the left hand side there, you'll see the trap door on the floor. In top right, you'll see the double doors. On the lower right, you'll see the passage that heads out. You can see there are crates stacked everywhere. Looking around at those plates, you see them inscribed in plain English, several different recognizable phrases, including
Don't touch that.
Don't touch that.
no, actually, it's not that prohibitive at all. Damn it. There we go. Dates, cloth, statues, coconuts, cutlery, and plates.
An inventory list.
No. It's in one box says
An
dates.
inventory list.
One box or crate says dates, another box says cloth, another box or
Ah.
crate says statues, coconut,
Okay.
etc. So the last three are coconuts, cutlery, and plates.
Just look like
Okay.
Madron's joint. Is that his name?
Tolnus.
Oh, okay. Oh, man.
So who's out the? Is there anybody out the doorway? The eastern door.
There's no eastern door. There's a passageway to the east on the southernmost,
Okay, that's what I meant then.
but there's the double doors in the north.
Okay, the passageway to the east.
The
Can I
passageway to
scout
the
down
east,
there?
when you go to look down there, you see it basically extends a total of 20 feet with a door in the north wall and a door at the end on the east wall.
Okay, I would like to listen at the doors.
Okay. That can be arranged. Let's see.
Kayla Lee, have you tried attuning to one of the star gems? Should.
All right, so
Sorry, what was that?
You should try attuning to one of the star gems.
Okay. Well,
See what
I
happens.
just got home, so I have to get myself and my puppy inside the house. So I'm going on mute. I will be back in a few minutes.
okay. So Kayla Lee, you do hear mutterings of humanoid voices. They sound to be in English, so you can't quite make out what they say. And intermittently between different short, terse sentences coming from several different voices, you also hear this sound repeatedly. Did you guys pick that up?
No.
Nope.
Really? try again.
No.
Still not hearing it?
Nope.
Nope.
Oh, I'm rolling dice. You should be hearing the sound of dice roll. Jeez.
Nada.
No
Need louder
doubt.
dice.
The microphone or Zoom is probably just filtering it out as background noise, but whatever.
Probably.
Oh, I thought you were going to break out in a song or dance or something.
That comes later. More mead.
Yeah, it has to be Zoom because I'm definitely picking it up on the monitor. All right, so that's what she hears at the one doorway. I'll presume while she's on mute that she wants to proceed to the next one. And that one. She hears that. Oh, there was one other detail I neglected to point out. In addition to the crates having markings of what's on them, they also all appear to be stamped or marked with the symbol of the Drapari army.
You got really soft. I didn't hear that last.
Sorry about that. I said, in addition to the crates being labeled with, what the goods are, they also all appear to be marked with the symbol of the Drapari army. So these are all military goods. All right. Are you still there, Alex? I think maybe we should take a break and allow everyone to regroup at this point.
Yeah. Whatever's clever.
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm listening, but I've got a lot of background noise because I still have 2 children in the house, apparently.
And of course they're more distracting than the stubborn puppy.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, so I take that tea and cake break for everyone then.
All right, so yeah, we're gonna go on pause and we'll meet back here at 20 past the hour.
Righto.
All right, we'll see you
Catch you
then.
in a bit.
So home and getting set up. So
All right. So at this point, I think we can close out this map because you're no longer beneath the obelisk. You are back on the surface. And as we left, Haley had identified sounds of chattering and dice rolling coming from the door to her left down the east passage.
What do we want to do with these guys? These people, friend or foe? Oh, we might not know yet.
I don't think we know yet.
I agree.
How many did I hear?
At least a few. You can't be sure.
Okay, so probably
You'd-
more
you'd say
than
at lea-
two.
At least three voices, but who knows how many more.
Okay. Yeah.
But the implication is that that trap door down into the place is not a secret. So
Correct.
if the trap door is not a secret, and that leads right down to where the jail cell was, then it's
Right.
going to be a safe assumption to lean more towards they're probably not going to be friendly.
Correct. Okay, I would like to sneak away and check the big double doors from the main room.
Okay. And you want to do what about them?
I just want to listen at them, see if they look suspicious, see if I can hear anything on the other side.
Well, as you approach them, you can see bright daylight streaming from around the cracks and crevices. So you're reasonably sure that it leads to the outside.
Okay.
And go ahead and do a perception check for me, please. And you notice that there are two spots next to either side of the door on the inside of the doorway that seem well worn.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems to you that there normally is someone posted there, but not at the moment. One on each side of the door.
Okay. Interesting.
On the inside of the door?
Yep.
Interesting. So they're keeping people from getting out instead of keeping people from getting in.
So it would seem. Did the doors appear to be locked?
That's an excellent question. Let me confirm that bit of information before I give you misinformation. No misinformation here. Oh, this thing is too big sometimes. I'm sorry, unfortunately, I'm having this jump between 3 different chapters because you guys have now pretty much bridged all the stuff.
Yeah. That's kind of what happens. We're good at that sort of thing.
Two huge double doors. They are shut. That was it. Says nothing about locked or anything else.
Okay.
We going through the doors?
Yeah. Do I hear anything? Or rather, do I hear anything suspicious? Or do I just hear like everyday town sounds, or do I hear absolutely nothing?
No, you definitely hear some sounds. They're faint and in the distance. And as you kind of crouch down and wave back the rest of the party so you can hear better, you realize that it's the sounds of a market or a marketplace going on in the distance. And you realize by looking at the walls and having been there before that you must be on the inside of the Sam Voyager's Guild House in the compound, the big walled compound. And with that, we'll go ahead and reshare this.
Okay.
Oh, snap.
Wait, wasn't the guy that we just freed part of the Sand Voyager?
Yes.
Yes.
So they're holding their own guy captive? That doesn't make sense.
Well, didn't we
Some of
learn
the
that the
cultists-
slavers infiltrated?
Yes. So
Okay,
some
very
of the
good.
cultists are part of the Sand Voyagers, or are masquerading as part of the Sand Voyagers, or something like that. So
Don't forget the
I would like
slavers.
to-
Remember, there's the Sand Voyagers,
Slavers.
there's the
Yeah.
slavers, there's the cultists, and then there's the Sheik's family.
right.
There's actually
That's a lot of
four
people.
different political entities engaged here, or in the
Okay.
whole oasis, not necessarily here at the camp. Now,
Okay, so the
presumably,
cultists
you're
yeah.
are you, having made this connection, like, hey, wait a minute, this is the Sam Voyagers. Aren't you the Sam Voyager Guild Master? One of you are looking at him, right?
Mhm.
Hmm.
And he obviously looks quite familiar with the place. He's kind of looking around, and if you didn't know any better, you'd say he's pretty much taking inventory of what's in there. But he certainly has a quizzical look on his face, like he doesn't recognize some of the stuff that's in there. And remember, he's been a prisoner for a while, so he's not exactly animated and fully engaged, but at the same time, he's not just passively sitting back. He's taking an interest and obviously showing some concern.
Ask him if something is amiss. You look
Okay.
puzzled.
Well, this certainly doesn't seem
I
right.
am going to signal for everyone to keep it down, because we don't know the affiliation of the people that I heard in the other room.
And just to kind of mark off on the map, you're going to oh, really?
Yes, really, it's going to make it difficult for you.
Yeah, they are really good at that sometimes.
And I'm going to drop out. My computer decided that it wants to restart and install updates.
Oh, lovely.
What great timing, you know?
Well, when you don't use this business tower for 3 months, it kind of wants to catch up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there we go. Let's try this. Wow, it's really not letting me do any fine drawing on here. I guess I got the map resolution really small, but basically you feel like you're somewhere inside that area, that little purple rectangle.
Okay.
And you start talking to Tolnus, and Tolnus is, little, like I said, worse for wear. but he's obviously engaged and he's looking around and he's like, well, there's definitely something not right here. We don't usually do military business, and these symbols are all of the Dapari army. Whoever's in here is definitely double dealing. We certainly would never provide supplies to the Dapari.
Do you have any reason to believe anybody in your organization would try to remove you or get you out of the way?
Oh, many, many reasons.
Yeah. Okay. Good to know.
I would be careful. I don't know who around here is loyal to me or to the cultists.
Do you know of a way out of here we can get without being seen?
Usually we have guards posted right here. We don't feel the need to advertise that we're protecting anything on the outside, but they're not here at the moment. So all we need to do is step out those doors and we'll be in the compound under public view. I don't think the
Let's do
cultists
it.
would want to try to do anything where the Sheik's guards would be able to see what's going on.
Okay. Well, there we go. Let's go.
Works for me.
We're good. Let's do it. I'm gonna eat a spider leg from my bag on the way.
Grab the cat and let's
Sorry.
go.
What are we doing? Are we leaving through the double doors?
I just have this visual of Varric casually walking out into the crowd with this monstrous spider leg, just casually chomping away on it.
Else anyone?
He said it was a market of sorts. Somebody walking through with a turkey leg looking thing probably isn't going to look too crazy.
Yeah, but I'm like sucking the innards out of an arachnid. Like it's a bit different.
Like a crab leg.
Yeah, like breaking each section, breaking down to the next one.
All right. So as you open the double doors, which swing outward, almost immediately after, the doors, unhinging or unclicking and opening, from the other room that Kaoli was listening to, you hear a bunch of commotion. What sounds like furniture moving, more than likely people tripping over it and themselves. And then a small contingent of guards appearing from the southeast passage that she was in. At least 4 to start with, and a few more start filling in quickly behind them. And they look at the door to see what's going on. And one of them quickly and immediately looks out and then identifies and sees that, look, it's Tolnus. And he kind of drops his jaw, and maybe 1 or 2 others look that way.
Redrith, just out of an abundance of caution, because he's kind of low on spell slots too, just kind of has his bow casually held and an arrow, just in case trouble arises.
Yeah, Varric's in a defensive stance too.
I would say a prudent and wise move, because things get interesting here.
I would like to insight. I was going to say, I'd like to insight the guy of whether he's surprised and happy or surprised and upset.
Yeah.
The first one to speak is surprised happy. And another one seems to be the same too, because he looks at the companion and just exclaimed that there's Tolnus, and looks over towards Tolnus, and you can see a sign of content or satisfaction cross through his face. But then one of the other guards go, "It's the prisoners, stop them." And the 2 who were, you noticed initially, respond to Tolnus, turn around and look at the other one who just made the comment about the prisoners and said, "What do you mean prisoners? That's our guild master." And they look at between each other and they start fighting amongst each other. So you have a group of probably 6 individuals on each side now fighting in a very narrow corridor.
Infighting. Awesome.
Yep. And Tolnus is basically like, we need to get the guards.
So anybody have thaumaturgy?
We don't know who we can trust.
That's true. Good call.
Maddie, which one of us is going to turn and run like Jack Sparrow?
Savvy?
No, just kidding. That's right. We don't know which. Yeah. Is there anybody not in the? Do we see anybody who is taking the opportunity to flee and go? Anybody?
Well, Tonus is staying out of it because of his condition, but no, everyone in there seems to be quite fanatical with vastly diverging loyalties at the moment. Basically, the gig is up at this point. Half of them just figured out that the other half
Okay.
of them are not
Well,
loyal
so-
and are
Question.
infiltrators.
Question.
So what?
Would Redreth know the Sheik guy well enough for the spell sending to work?
Yeah, you've met him, haven't you?
Ooh.
I've met him, but I
Good
don't know if I
question.
know him well enough for that spell to work. Because I could send a message to him
That's kind of
saying, "We are needed. You and your soldiers are needed, please, at the guild house," or something along those lines. But I don't know if I know the Sheik well enough for that to actually come off.
The other thing is,
Go ahead, Al.
I was just about to suggest that I grab the guild master and head out and look for the chief while everybody else stays and tries to contain the
And starts knocking heads together. I like it.
yeah.
That's a good idea.
Well, I was gonna say, and if depending on the numbers, like if it's 6 to 12 guys on each side, you know, hey, or Varric and I could just bellow for them to stop and try to do an intimidation check to see if we can get everybody to freeze, and then we could kind of say something. But
You
I
don't
don't know.
want to just start knocking heads together? We'll
well,
sort
of
them out
course,
later.
of course, I want to knock heads, but
How about we ask if the guild master, if he can point out who the ones were that were happy to see him, then we can go take care of the people who are fighting them, while Kaoli takes the guild master to see the Sheik.
okay.
I guess none of you guys have bouncer training, huh?
No.
I can
Oh, my
throw a
smite
fireball
worked like
down there,
that.
but it might not be what we actually want.
I mean, I could try and
That's
yell
a
that-
mage. A mage being a bouncer is to throw a fireball and then let the gods sort it out later.
Well, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, exactly.
I could step in and just kind of do like a chest flex and a bellow and see if we can get everybody to double think what they're doing. But I can't
Well,
remember.
I think we can do that and get the ones that are friendly to stop, and then we can just kill the rest of them.
Fair enough. Just have them have them walk with us and go that one.
Yeah, protect your guild captain and our
Yeah.
ranger, and we'll handle these fuckers.
There you go. Yeah.
I
Make a
recommend
wall
not
protect-
killing them all. I recommend knocking some out. And then, yes, I'm going to take the guild master and go look for the sheik.
I got bludgeoning
Cool.
tools. We're good.
Well, to answer Jim's question earlier, I see no reason why sending would not work in this situation. It only says you have to be familiar with him, and he has to know you if he wants to be able to respond.
I say let's do it all. Jim, do the thing. KL,
You do that.
take the guy. We yell for the guys loyal to the whatever to protect the. Is it the guild master or the?
The guild master.
Yeah, protect the guild master. Build a wall and see the guys that actually like back up to protect him, and then that'll tell us who's the bad guys is.
Who's
and then
who?
Maddie, if
Yep.
Beckish wants to join in too and start thumping heads, he can join us.
Yeah.
But let the guys back up, build the wall, and then we take on the other dudes.
Yeah, I'm down.
All right, and so then I will cast sending to send a message saying, there is trouble at the Sand Voyagers Guild House. Please come with some soldiers.
With your
What do you guys
honor
think?
guard,
Would that
because
work?
you should trust them.
With
more.
your honor guard? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Please come with your honor guard. So,
I love it.
I could too. All right, so let's see.
We're getting the band back together, man.
Intimidation check. Confer. With advantage because Hake's helping me.
On the intimidation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely reasonable. A pair of Goliaths should definitely have a added intimidation factor over just one.
With the dragon
Woohoo!
boy standing there.
Schwarzenegger and what the other dude, Bombata.
Oh,
Tony Boomba.
ouch.
Damn, that didn't sound good. I didn't like how you said that.
Ouch.
Huh?
One was a 4, one was a 2.
Sweet. Sweet.
Wow, so we stepped up and looked
And
stupid.
Yeah,
your
there
voice
was
and your
kinda-
voice cracked, basically.
Uh,
Dang it.
Goliath going through puberty. Fantastic.
yeah.
I wish I could see what my rolls were.
And
What's-
I
what's my-
burned my last 3rd level spell to do that. So I don't have a fireball or anything like that.
What are my stats for intimidation, Maddie? Is it a charisma?
I have no idea. I don't have your sheet open.
It's a charisma roll, though, right?
Yeah.
It's-
I have a plus
it's gonna be
5 on
awful.
that, so I'd do better. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
can
gonna be
try and persuasion, then be like, and try another approach.
I'd like to try to follow up, look at you like, what the hell, dude? And then try doing the intimidation.
Thirsty. We're in a fucking desert. I'm thirsty. Okay.
Great explanation.
How about I help the Goliath by roaring first to get their attention, and then so that my way of helping you.
Yeah.
That works because unfortunately your brother, by assisting you, used up his opportunity to do something as well.
Yeah, use this head. Okay.
But I've got this image in my head from one of the Thor movies where, the big stone dude comes up against him and he's like, I accept your surrender. And everyone laughs. And then he just pummels the thing with one shot. And everyone's
Yeah.
like, okay, yeah, here, put down the swords and the axes. We're done.
hmm
So there should be an opportunity to kind of follow up on. It's like, oh, yeah, you think that's funny? Yeah, well, how about this?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
That's kind of what I'm thinking of. So, okay, now we've got Lion Roar and a 2 and a 6. Good Lord.
Jesus.
Barrick, change your dice.
I know. God dang it.
Even
Yeah,
with
what
the-
happened was Miz walked
But-
up behind you and went, meow.
Well, no, but with that being said, Mizram, roll your intimidation.
Oh, that 2 and the 6 wasn't Miz. Okay, cool.
There we
Is that
go.
on 3?
Mhm. And even with a -1 on his roll, he still gets a 17. Much more effective.
Good.
So they're laughing at the Goliaths, like, yeah, and then hear this cat roar, and they're like, what the fuck? Oh shit. And I'd have to say, given circumstances and prior conduct and expectations, even the party is a little like, whoa, Miz, dude, I didn't know you had it in you.
Miz comes in
So
clutch.
So in the chat log is the message I sent. It's under 25 words, so it will go. So it says that the receiver hears the message in their mind, recognizes you as the sender if it knows you, and can answer in a like manner.
25 words or less. Yeah.
That's 22 words.
If he chooses to do so, of course.
Sure. Yep.
Correct.
And let's see if he does. You get a 3-word reply. Go, no. Sending help now.
Get the fuck out.
Oh,
sorry.
yeah.
I relay that.
Cool.
Okay. I've already taken the guildmaster outside. I didn't
Commence
wait.
stumping. No, that's fine. You can cross paths with people.
Yeah.
Big direct path. I'd imagine you cross paths.
All right. Well, in this process, while you guys are debating what's going on and attempting to intimidate and getting the guildmaster outside and contacting the 2 of the guards have already fallen. Whether or not their wounds are terminal, you don't know yet, but there are at least 2 down already. Mrs. Roar definitely stopped the fighting for the moment. They're all looking and debating what to do. You can see that at least one, maybe two of them are looking around, scanning everyone. You're presuming they're looking for the Guildmaster. Whether to protect him or reacquire him, you can't tell. In the heat of battle, it's kind of hard to read what their intent and emotions are, because everyone at the moment is definitely fighting for their lives. And you would say across the board, everyone that has been added to the situation or the current skirmish is basically undergoing a test of loyalty at the moment. So there's a lot of confusion.
Yep.
And with that confusion is also opportunity for each of you, because all of them are focused on infighting at the moment, except for Tolnus, who is graciously, or gratefully, I should say, following Kaylee. To where? Kaylee, where are you leading them?
Mostly just away. I'm kind of heading towards intending to head towards the Sheik's tent, which, yes, I know is not particularly close to here.
Well, Redrith will
But-
stick his head out the door and yell after Kaoli that the Sheik said help is on the way.
And what I would point out
Okay.
to you that would be obvious to you in a tactical situation such as this, you do remember enough of the compound that coming out of the doors and to your left is the only way in and out of the walled compound. If you go to the right, you're going to go deeper in and potentially could box yourself in, which if you want them to be a defensive hold might be an option, but depending on what kind of response you're expecting may not be.
Okay, so what I want to do really is, I don't really want to take him too much deeper in. I want to be able to see that entrance to the compound, and I want to find us a place to hide, knowing that he probably can't hide as well as I do.
Well, you do remember the grove of trees just to the north of the compound that surrounds the obelisk that you guys went into. And
that sounds like a pretty decent place to hide.
Yeah, it was. You remember it being dense enough to not completely hide, but obscure the obelisk pretty well.
Yeah. And that's what I mean. We should be able to stay out of the way and somewhat protected.
And it's also on the way to the Sheik's tent and the rest of the compound. So presumably we'll be able to see when the Sheik's forces arrive, presuming that they are actually coming.
Yes. Yes, that is my plan.
All right, what about the rest of you? You gonna watch the rest of this unfold, or? Well, I guess in response to the roar, they're all kind of like waiting for someone to take an action.
There's no indication who might be a cultist in any way?
Nothing visible, no.
Well, they're not necessarily cultists. We've got the cultists and the slavers as two separate entities, and one or both groups have infiltrated the Sand Voyagers.
We can protect
Redrith, in the silence after the roar, after sticking his head out the door, he walks forward a little bit towards the fighting people who have paused to look, and he spins up a chromatic orb between his fingers, which, using that diamond, creates a very bright light as he is giving it the lightning aspect. So it's got little sparks of lightning coming off. And he just kind of casually says, the Sheik's men are the Sheik's honor guard is on the way. The Guildmaster is safe. I need everybody to just calm down and we will sort this all out. And then he watches for how people react to that. willing to shoot the chromatic orb at anyone who looks like they mean harm.
Sounds
well,
pretty me.
very well stated. I like it. I like it. All right, now make sure to remove.
Going for a bit of intimidation factor with the sparking chromatic orb.
Yep, I got that. And also to remove any DM bias. A little bit of die rolling. Go ahead and do your intimidation check, Redruth.
Okay.
Roll high.
Dang.
Ouch.
That's a 1 minus 1. So that worked out well.
1 minus 2.
That's a 1 minus 2.
That's
All
even
right.
better. You can tell Redruth, as a lifelong person who has spent his nose in books and decided to go on his first adventure, has quite the charisma.
Oh yeah.
I
Oh,
just
the
hear the
irony.
fail,
Oh, the irony.
from,
All
what's
right.
the 11 o'clock.
So the way that I see this playing out, given the odds. So needless to say, the chromatic orb does get some attention. Actually, let's do this fairly.
Can I give him advantage by preparing a wrathful smite with his chromatic orb?
1, 2, 3. All right, so it appears that 3 of them seem to take a relaxed position and drop their hands or drop their arms, looking and acknowledging Redruth's statement. However, your reading on most of the others is a bit difficult. They seem confused and they're looking back and forth like they're looking for cues from their allies. Like, what is he going to do before I make up my mind? But 2 of them choose to immediately dart for the southeast passage and try to make a run for it.
I'm going to shoot one of them.
I'm gonna hold
Whichever
person the
one's
other one.
in the lead.
Talk to the slow friend. Yeah. The 2 guys bailing. Spiritual hammer, one of them.
All right, so my apologies for not having targets because there's just way too many of them right now. So I'm just going to ask you to make an attack roll.
All right, then.
Okay.
And they have to, one of them has to make a wisdom saving throw. Or be paralyzed.
I will
casting
roll it
person.
manually.
I'm rolling really high today. I think I got to change my dice color.
And I'll be going.
Working on it. I'm moving shit around here. That's not what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for.
Which effect are you using? You said lightning on the chromatic orb, huh?
Yep. But it was only an 11, so I doubt I actually hit him.
Yeah, that makes 2. All right, so in was Matt, was that you that asked about the wisdom save?
Yep.
All right, so what are you thinking of casting?
Hold person.
Hmm.
Perhaps I'm on the right thing.
God, we can't scare anybody and we can't hit anybody. We're all a bunch of useless fucks.
Hey, you know, you've done a
DC
lot.
11.
You've done a lot since your last rest, and it hasn't been a lot of time. So you're kind of like needing a rest, but not able to take one.
Yes.
Hey, what's the DC on your
11.
11?
Yeah.
That's not very impressive.
No.
And yep, he shirks it off.
Cool.
So the two of them make it
Exactly.
down through. The two of them manage to dart around the corner and disappear out of sight.
Do we chase him?
And you do hear a door slam.
Yeah, don't worry about it. As long as we protect Khalil and the guild master, everything else will get sorted out in the wash.
Okay.
So with that being said, about 4 more raise their hands and surrender after throwing down their arms.
Perfect.
Good.
And that means basically everyone at this point is immobile by their own choice.
So we wait for the sheik.
All right, that takes about 3 to 5 minutes, definitely long enough for a full combat, but you stave that off. Very well done. And I will have to be honest with you, solving a situation like that without combat is deserving of experience in my book. So there will be a nice little award for that as well. Before I forget, here, what I'm about to give you, this is the award for deciphering the message from earlier.
Okay.
So I got to create another one for this, and I got to figure out what a fair amount is going to be, but you'll probably get about 1,000 to 1,200 a piece for it.
Sweet.
And with that being said, we wait out a few more minutes.
And I'm planning on returning, trailing after the Sheik's guards.
Do me a favor and go ahead and roll a hide check or stealth check.
Okay.
Not that you usually need one.
I'm usually pretty sneaky unless I like trip over a shoelace or something. It's been known to happen to trip on my shoelaces.
Oh, beautiful. 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 All right. So your roll was well enough that I gave advantage on his roll. And so he got a 20 on his.
Nice.
So you guys are well hidden, thanks to the skill of your ranger.
Sorry, didn't mean to do that.
That's okay. Just hope you don't mind wasting a good roll.
Of course.
All right. So, all right, we're going to take a slightly shorter break. We're going to keep this under 10 minutes. Well, I think of exactly what the response is going to be. Yeah, because things are going to get interesting, and I need to figure out how much of these guards are going to show up. And yeah, I'll say right now. Well, actually, yeah, here's a good thing to roll. Does the sheik come with his guard? Yes, he does. So yeah, this is gonna be real interesting.
All right then.
I will say.
Yeah, and how many of his guards are actually properly loyal?
Well, I was going to say, given your previous encounters with him, definitely having Tolnus there with you is going to make a big difference. You guys would be pretty screwed otherwise. You do not have the clout at this point to assert anything, and in the absence of Tolnus, your evidence is pretty flimsy, enough for him to you know, say, okay, I need to investigate it, but not while I keep you guys in chains until I confirm everything. Tolnus should change the course of that. And given Tolnus's what you've heard about him, the way he speaks of the sheik, you get this impression pretty quickly. So I'm not really giving away any DM info. So we'll go on pause and meet back here in about 10 minutes. Okay.
Right up.
See you shortly. All right. So resuming gameplay, about Probably about 4 minutes after Redrith sends his message of sending, Kaylee notices something rather surprisingly, shockingly, unexpectedly.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas you've been looking on the ground waiting for the sheik and his guard to ride by, you suddenly hear a trumpet blaring from above and look up and see that the sheik has actually sent a patrol of air lancers. So there's at least
Oh, nice.
looks like 8 of them that are flying overhead in rapid fashion and very tight formation
Sweet.
as they land just outside the entrance of the compound. 4 of them dismount, and the other 4 follow behind on their mounts and immediately come to the guild hall, and take control of the situation pretty quickly. The captain immediately starts directing the 2 of the other foot mounts, 2 of the others on foot into the building to secure the building. He directs 2 of the ones that are still mounted around to the backside of the building to cover any escape. And he immediately approaches Tolnus, puts his arms on his shoulders, looks him square in the eye, and just, so good to see you again, old friend. I am glad you are with us again. And they embrace, and Tolnus immediately, well, not immediately, again, still, suffering from his ordeal, but obviously anxious to regain his position, starts filling in, actually, he starts pointing out immediately the members of his clan or the members of the guard that he knows he can trust, and points out the ones that he doesn't recognize, and starts filling them in on the details that he had been captured and imprisoned, that the slave masters are behind us, that Thirdness Netmaster, actually, no, he doesn't know of Thurnus. But the captain does fill him in, and so it quickly becomes apparent that Thurnus Netmaster is now wanted by the camp. The sheik strides in behind after the camp has been secured. And he looks around, and he regards members of your troop with a unsure eye at this point. But he approaches Tolnus, and their friendship is also apparent. Perhaps not as strong as between him and the captain, but still obviously there's a bond of trust there. And after the 2 of them speak for a little bit, you can tell that the sheik is regarding you much more favorably at this point. And as a matter of fact, he comes over and apologizes to you. In a manner of speaking, he's not quite being so supplicative, but acknowledging that he perhaps should have listened to you with a more open mind initially. And again, not being too supplicative, he's still, and he's acknowledging that an investigation needs to go underway, that you guys are not the subject of the investigation. They're looking to verify what you've provided so far. But then also he, after giving a few more orders to the rest of his troops, comes back to you, and I guess he's going to probably ask, this will be a die roll. Oh. Okay. So he winds up asking, hey, what have you learned of the Princess Shadala? Do you know where she is? Is she still alive?
Starts asking me?
Yep.
Okay.
Mostly because of proximity, but who knows? Perhaps because he made some kind of judgment. Charisma is one of those skills that's rapid, is easily determined on the surface.
But I have resting bitch face. I'm at a -3.
Exactly. So it should be like, why would he talk to you? So like I said, there could be a judgment call in it.
Oh. Following my charisma roll, I'm going to go and point to the wizard.
Excellent.
So he raises his eyebrow at you and kind of gives you a reluctant nod and then turns towards Redreth.
Well, I'm doubly shocked because we were really pissed at him at like Varric and I are really pissed at him for how he like shrugged us off at the tent. We tried to tell you in the first place, stupid.
So are you going to be that dismissive of him? Or are you going to
No,
learn a
I'm
lesson about
trying
how
to-
diplomacy?
No, he's not.
no, I'm
because
not.
as soon as if he were to
not.
start down that road, Redreth would probably firebolt him as he walks over.
No,
I will remind you, he
I'm
did,
just-
like I said, he's not begging for forgiveness, but he is being apologetic.
yeah, so I'm gonna find myself in a position to be absolutely shocked and be like, him.
All right, so how are you going to respond, Redreth? He's directing the question towards you, wanting to know about the Princess Shadala.
And Kaoli has returned also, right? I don't
She's
remember.
not- She was high. Well, yeah, she had to return with Tolnus, obviously. So
I don't remember where that had wound up. Who knew about the princess? She was taken by the Ifrit as far as we know, right?
and that's pretty much information that you got from Tolnus. So he
Yeah.
kind of injects himself in the conversation and starts sharing what he heard while he was captured. So he admits that most of what he heard, what he knows is hearsay, but given the circumstances, it doesn't seem to make, that everyone is pointing fingers at each other, that it does seem like someone outside the Oasis is responsible. And that seems to be the most logical choice at this point. And the other bit of information which he does relate to the Sheik is that Tolnus believes that the Ifrit has taken up residence, or at least secured a base for himself at the crypt of Badr al-Mazak. So unless you guys have anything else to interject, they proceed to round
Guys, I
up
got to run outside. It's pouring outside. My father-in-law's car's windows are down.
Awesome.
What was that? What's down?
His dad's
windows.
It's raining. It just started pouring where Dan is, and so he's running out to close windows and cars.
Gotcha. Okay.
Feel free to send some of that rain my way, dude.
Yeah, we could definitely use some out here. All right, so unless you guys are going to interject anything else or start pushing the activities in any direction of your choice, they continue to round up the rest of the cultists. There's obviously two groups, ones that they know are not to be trusted, and others that seem to acknowledge that their loyalty still needs to be verified, but they're totally willing to go along. They appear to be loyal to to Thurnus and to the Sheik at this point. That being said, obviously the Air Lancers are thoroughly trusted, and the Sheik directs them on various duties. And with that, the last one he assigns to the rest of you and says to provide lavish quarters and food and refreshment to you, and give them a chance to rest and recuperate, and to ensure that you all are in attendance at when he holds his next, there's going to be an audience the following morning. So he's invited you as special guests. They're going to continue to conduct an investigation and want you and Thurnus to rest up until then.
Cool. Where's the bar?
Oh, well, that's the igloo, remember?
Right.
Oh, right.
Happy,
To the
Happy
igloo.
Hogan's, was that it? Happy Hogan's igloo?
Yeah.
Hmm. Happy Hogan's Desert Igloo.
Yep, that's it. So, and that's just at the other side of the compound there, the big round building.
Yeah. Meat, food.
I don't think they have spider legs on the menu though.
That's okay.
Also up with pork.
Dude, we're gonna have to tell them about the spider legs though.
Yeah, they're missing
A
out.
great recipe
know,
for you. You got to try it.
Charred spider.
All right. So just a reminder of the bar. So the main room itself occupies one half of the dome and ends in a flat brick back wall. Set back against that wall is a larger bar about 40 feet long. Two huge mirrors flank the door behind the bar, which apparently leads to the back room. Over the door is a golden plaque. Various wicker tables and chairs are placed here and there about the room.
Mead.
Yeah. Until we take a long rest, I'm gonna hang out and get my drink on.
Yep.
So
Dude,
meat
we've been out for a minute.
meat
I'll
is
stay for a
not
drink.
available, but they do have a rather respectable stout that is considered the highest end at the bar.
All right.
Go with that.
Salt.
And all of this is at the expense of the sheik, by the way.
Even
So
better.
they're basically loading up your table with fine ale, fine stouts, a full roasted hog,
Nice.
lots of freshly cooked bread. Yeah, you're being given the sheik's treatment right now.
Yeah, it's good to be the king.
Just to let you
Jim
know,
and Maddie.
if no eyes is on me, I'm gonna grab the hog by the leg and slowly drag it off the table.
No. Bad druid.
Munge.
Jim and Maddie, I will be ordering myself some tall boys of Horn Eater White.
Yes.
Tall boys of what?
Horn Eater White. It's
It's like
remember that
the
book?
harshest whiskey they've ever drank.
I'll be honest. I thought you said Miller Lite. So
It's from the book series we read.
Needless to say, this is probably the best meal that you've had since Bralazar in the company of Aman al-Rakib.
Mm.
And so you are
Okay.
more than content to sit back, enjoy, revel in a little bit of respect. Not that you've been chastised or outcast. Most of the people still seem to, welcome you in, especially if they know that you're here because of Aman al-Rakib. But now you've actually kind of made a difference and your names are being spoken and you're gaining a little bit of notoriety.
We're no longer getting looked at funny.
Exactly. You're like, oh yeah, those are the new ones. They restored and yeah, by the way, the river. So the sheik also does point out to you, and another reason that his level of accommodation seems to have drastically improved. I mean, yeah, this does seem to be, something good, and you think that the sheik would be appreciative that you exposed a cultist, corrupt sect within his camp. But the elevation of privilege and respect apparently comes from when he mentions the fact that he's become it's being spoken around the camp in the oasis that the river Athos has been restored and is now flowing past the oasis, and word has come to him that you guys are responsible for restoring the river.
Ah,
So there's not just the gratitude of exposing the slavers sect, but also for restoring the water to the land. And that, needless to say, is very, very significant to everyone. So yeah, if there actually was a reputation score in D&D, yours would go up quite a bit right now.
What can I say except you're welcome?
Yes.
And, initially, right now, having just come up out of the ground and people haven't quite associated your face with the name and the rumors, it's still kind of, tepid.
Mhm.
But you're going to rapidly notice over the next day or so that you're going to, not going to quite say that you're Brad Pitt, but you're going to start feeling the sting of celebrity.
Oh, boo-hoo.
Mhm, mhm.
I want to go back to the shopping area and see what kind of gratitude we can get from the shopkeeper.
The gratitude discounts.
Yeah, you might want to wait for word to filter through him. He's not exactly in the bar at the moment.
Oh, I would go in the morning. I want to spend my time shopping.
Oh, good God. I just
Is
got
Nate
warned
Drum
about.
in the bar?
Oh, hold on. No,
Yep.
stop. Whew. Okay. I almost just got forced offline for Windows updates.
Oh man.
Oh dear.
That would have been really bad timing. Thankfully, I tell it to confirm. Oh, I got someone at the door. I'll be right back.
Thanks, Maddie.
For what?
But hey, it's okay. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
And thank you.
Come on, I honestly I enjoyed Moana significantly more than Frozen. That was just me.
Oh, absolutely. I do too.
I will
can't
take
believe
your
it did.
word for it.
I can't believe it didn't have the same musical hype. All those songs
Yeah.
are great.
I've heard rumor that Lady Gaga is going to be Harley Quinn in the second Joker movie. And it's going to be a musical.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel about that.
me neither.
All right. Sorry about that, guys. I'm back. All right. And all right. So basically, you guys are enjoying the fruits of the spoils of your rewards right now. Hogan actually is present in the bar, and after hearing word, he's seems to already be making you a marketing piece. Says, yeah, come thank the restorers of the river. They're hanging out in our bar right now. So he's already playing a promoter.
Excellent.
So
Awesome.
what would you guys like to do? Now you do still apparently there
Take
is
a long
a more
rest.
lavish tent available for you when you guys are ready to retire.
Excellent.
But for the moment, Hogan's hired some entertainment, including musicians and dancing men and women. So there's definitely reason to stay. There might be reason to go. I know you guys are definitely depleted. And you have to wait until morning anyway to
gonna-
find out what the resolution is with the cultists and everything else.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna have to wait till night to travel anyway. So a good evening's drink and a better night's sleep.
Yep.
Yes.
You figure you won't be going, so it's what, about 2:15 in the afternoon at best. You won't be going anywhere until tomorrow night. So you've got at least what, 30 hours to waste to hang out.
About
Yep.
But yeah, the audience with the Sheik will be 1 hour after first light.
Okay.
In
Cool.
order to avoid the worst heat of the day, which you currently are in.
No, we're in the bar in the shade.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying it is the hottest part of the day right now.
Yeah.
Maybe we
You
should
guys
go
are doing
swimming.
good. Yeah, there's actually an aura of coolness that comes from the walls inside here. It's kind of, you kind of understand why he calls it an igloo.
There's actually an aura of coolness that comes from our group. I just want to point out.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Future so bright, I gotta wear shades.
Gotta roll that again. Let me see how to roll this percentage die. Yeah. No. Anyway,
And you know what?
I was rolling to see if I hung over.
I've got
Oh,
one.
Bart totally left with a bunch of dancers.
I do got one other potential nugget. Okay, interesting. Well, this definitely diverts from the normal perception rolls. This time it is Haig and Mizram that noticed something.
Ooh.
That caught their eye for one reason or another. Now, this is not something new. It's something that has been described to the party before. But this time, there was particular note of it. Let me see if I can get this right. Damn it. Okay, cool. All right. So, while this is all going on, and you guys are having your interaction with the air lancers, and you're speaking with the Sheik, and in particular, because the Sheik did approach Haig in the first place, it does seem apparent that he would have noticed this. And it's the amulet that he wears around his neck that is very unique and thus catches your attention, particularly when it glints off of the sunlight in the high noon of the day, or the bright light of the day. So if you look inside the campaign play section, you will see a representation of the amulet.
All righty then.
So again, both Haig and Ms. notice this. Ms. notices it because the light glints off of it. But Haig notices it when the Sheik approaches him and asks him about the princess.
And it has an inscription on it.
It appears to be so. Obviously, you're not getting a chance to hold it, so you're not going to be able to look at it that closely. And I will point out that it is made out of solid gold, or does appear to be made out of solid gold.
Is he in the bar with us?
The Sheik at this point, no.
No.
And Haig doesn't react to it at first. It just as you guys are drinking and talking, Haig kind of brings up and say, "Hey, did you guys notice that amulet around his neck? You ever see anything like that before?" And that's where the conversation starts being generated.
I want to specifically have a conversation with Elohir that I noticed that it had inscription markings on it.
No,
And
you
maybe
didn't.
Does it sound
It would have
familiar?
to be up to Haig or Mizram to have noticed.
I am Haig.
Oh, sorry. I thought that was Jim for some reason. Damn it.
I am he who you speak of.
Ding, 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 ding.
So yeah, I'm gonna mention it to Elohir that I noticed the inscriptions on the necklace or on the medallion, and maybe mention
And
that if we're in favor, he'll at least let us copy the inscription.
yeah, you mentioned the inscription, and I'm like, interesting. I'd
Does it
like to
sound
see
like
that
any-
inscription.
Any symbols Hay or Vark has ever seen before?
I don't know. I haven't been able to transpose them yet.
And again, it's from a brief glimpse. You're not holding in your hand and you can't look at it closely. And that's why I purposely chose a low resolution on this. But from what you had saw, you would say they look like incomplete symbols.
Incomplete, really.
Mhm.
Yeah, I would say maybe in the morning we have to go see him at first light, you said, right? Did you say we have to go meet with him an hour after first light?
Yep.
Sorry about that. So yeah, the symbols seem like incomplete, like they've been chopped off or that they need to be filled in.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Kayla
could-
is itching to get a closer look at it.
Yeah. We'll have to make a point of it. And it also, I don't know.
And I should point out also, which should probably be important, this thing is palm sized. It's not a small little pendant. It actually is, covers a good portion of his breastbone.
Okay.
It's palm.
Interesting.
Um, okay.
I will point out, DM to party, that this is something for you to think about over future interactions, not necessarily something for you to do something about now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So
Palm
with-
size hands, half of the inscription. Maybe it fits into a lock to a door. Maybe it's a key.
Maybe.
The other, once it's set in there, it shows the rest of it.
Possibly.
Anyway, I guess we will have to wait until we speak to him tomorrow.
I will point out that clues to this puzzle have been given to you throughout the campaign, not just today. So you may want to think back on some of your notes and some other things. And not to say that clues haven't been given today in addition to this, but you're going to want to look deep for answers on this one.
Okay.
And with that, you guys continue to enjoy your refreshment and the fruits of your the spoils of your rewards. You talk a little bit about the medallion, you talk a little bit about the cultists, and glad that you managed to find Turnus safe. You're still wondering about which of the brothers, if any, might be involved in it. You're still very suspicious of the one Let me make sure I get his name right before I screw it up.
Chorus.
Horace Eichel, thank you.
Yep.
And what else do you talk about? Oh. They have actually also brought in a minstrel. He's known by name. His name is Roland. And he's actually playing around with a little bit of a song talking about your group. Stories of the River Athos,
Oh no.
composers of the slavers and stuff like that.
Oh no. Oh no. Yeah. KL is not particularly pleased with this.
Redruth
Art's
suggests
digging
that
it.
it be called. Redruth suggests it be called the Ballad of the Mighty Wizard, and then he goes back to his drink.
Yeah. KL is not the publicity type. She just wants. She likes her obscurity.
However, Coyote, you may not be happy with it, but you do get the impression that he is a knowledgeable bard.
Yeah, I'm not going to stop him, but I'm not going to be happy about it either.
Yeah, I know, no, but I'm saying that you also get the impression.
But you might be able to get info out of him. I know the wizard is probably too drunk to do that.
Yeah, I'm probably the only one of us who's not drunk. I'm also not the one best equipped for questioning people.
Bark will drunkenly approach him if you want. Not that drunk. This is human ale.
Yeah, like a wizard drinking hobbit wine.
Right. Well, you could always fail a constitution check.
Oh, wow. Well, that was a significantly interesting roll. Three of you rolled ones. Only one of you rolled in double digits. The one that did,
Holy shit.
Varric, picks up
Oh, yeah.
something. Picks up something unexpected.
Mm.
While chit-chatting with the rest of your group and Roland singing in the background, you don't hear the rest of the lyrics. You're not quite sure what he's singing about, but you hear Roland mention the word or name Martek.
Ooh.
And you're like, wait, did I hear what I just said? Does he know about Martek?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was the only one that picked it up in the lyrics. The rest of you either being pre-engaged or too drunk to have noticed it. So
That's my check.
As he finishes the song, I would approach him and ask him what he knows about Martek.
just myths and legends, old fanciful tales told through song.
How about a song about Martek? Then
No, I can't say I know any by heart. I don't really play that many of them, though his name does filter into many of my tales. But
okay.
as you probably know, he was considered one of the greatest mages of his time. It's not too unexpected that a lot of places reference him.
Mhm.
Redruth, hearing the word mage, tunes into the conversation for just enough to say, why, yes, I am considered one of the greatest mages of my time. And then he goes back into his drink.
Roland pulls out a little notebook, writes something down in it, and then stuffs it back into his vest. You know this oasis was built by Martek, yes?
It was.
Yeah, he
I
built.
did not.
Interesting. Yeah, Elohir is now paying attention.
Was Martek a good witch or a bad witch?
I would ask him if he knows about this, the sheets, the symbol on the sheets. That symbol was 8, 9 towers on it.
On where?
On the symbol for the sheik
The symbol for
that he's wearing around his neck.
the
medallion?
medallion.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, medallion.
No, he doesn't seem to know much about that, just that it's been passed on from generation to generation, but he doesn't know the significance of it. He does say that every sheik that he knows of in the history of the Oasis has worn that medallion.
Is it just a keepsake, or is it purposely passed down ceremonially?
I believe, honestly, it was one of the gifts that Martek gave to the sheiks of the time.
Right, because he left the keys to the Ifrit's cage to the kings of the land, didn't he?
The reason I asked the question is if it's just a keepsake, they're not going to know something. But if it's a purposeful passed down, listen, son, this is important. It's linked to the daughter, because the daughters pass down the birthmark, right?
Remember, she is not blood related. She's set to wed the firstborn son.
Ah, right. She's not the daughter. She's just, but obviously it'll have some sort of importance if it's an important.
Well, remember
keepsake.
the princess, or the one that's chosen to marry the firstborn son, is selected by some kind of ritual with that stone, remember?
Right, and she has some sort of birthmark that's passed down, and if she dies, it's passed to another girl in the town, or something like that.
Right.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out how important this thing is. Is the medallion important? Is the inscription important? Which one is it? No thoughts? Or am I just shooting in the wind?
Well, I have plenty of thoughts, but I'm not going to reveal everything.
No, I said, didn't Martek leave the keys to the Ifrit, to the kings of the land? That could be one of the keys to get to wherever the Ifrit is. So it could be
the Ifrit, or
Mhm.
not. Think again.
No,
Not the
he
Ifrit.
left the keys. He left the keys. Let's see. The path and the way I have entrusted to the pharaohs and their wives, that each might hold a part of the key, and together know when to something the power of this something jinn.
The pharaohs and their wives.
Yep.
So
The most important part there, I think, is part of the key. So what the sheik has is part of
Definitely.
the key.
right, and the sheik will pass it off to his son, who will become the pharaoh and wife. So they're the keys, but how?
Interesting.
That's my thought anyway. The fact that each piece is passed down generation to generation is what I'm seeing. The girl's birthmark and that medallion are passed down on male side and female side.
Now you're holding this conversation in earshot of the minstrel, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
ask.
Whoops.
No.
Alex is like, we're all speaking telepathically.
While they're talking, while they're talking, Redreth is simply making he's kind of mumbling into his cup, which is probably about his 8th cup of whatever is being offered, all of his great deeds. So yeah.
Well, if Haig and Varric were speaking to one another, they probably would have been speaking in giant.
And giant, yeah, that's true.
All right. So as you guys are returning to self-contemplation and conversation, Roland proceeds off into another ballad to keep the bar patrons satisfied and happy. And obviously chosen based on his most recent conversation with you. A part of it goes as follows. When the evil walks our land again, will nomadic princes come to set his power into the first bride's hand, that good and evil then are met. Then will needs be 5-star gems see, to my tomb be born hither, and hope shall not wither. Open the gates to my sphere of power, and put off evil in its appointed hour.
Are you going to share that to the?
I could, but it's a song. You have to remember what you heard.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm giving you an inscription or something that's carved into a wall.
I'm going to slide the bard piece of paper and say, "Hey, write these down. Write those lyrics down."
Yeah, especially given you guys are all inebriated at the moment, I should definitely penalize your memory on this.
Hey.
Okay, all but one.
Most
Most
of us
are
are
unsafe.
inebriated.
Hey, don't forget.
Okay, is
Cat
Kayla
on
Lee
drink
taking
alcohol.
notes?
Kaoli is taking notes, but Alex zoned out for a moment.
I'm gonna read it
Protection.
again a bit slowly, but I'm not gonna stop and wait. So catch as
Okay.
much of it as you can without turning on any recording devices.
That's
Okay.
what I'm saying. Can the bard read and write? Usually they can. Because
I'm going to say something. I'm going to say something really stupid, but this entire conversation that we've been having is being recorded.
Being recorded.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I have to post
I
it
already
before
thought
you
of
get to it.
This is true. It will be recorded at some point.
Yes. All right, one more time. When the evil walks our land again, will nomadic princes come to set his power into the first bride's hand, that good and evil then are met. Then will needs be 5-star gems see, to my tomb be born hither, and hope shall not wither. Open the gates to my sphere of power, and put off evil in its appointed hour.
Okay, so the first 3 lines tell me a lot. So when the evil comes, the Freet's here. Second says the nomadic heroes of something, blah, blah, blah. We're supposed to go to Set. Did we already do the Tomb of Set?
No.
You're reasonably sure the area beneath the obelisk is a temple of Set. And with
Yeah.
that, Roland also
Okay.
Third line is. Go ahead.
go ahead, because Roland was singing, he wasn't conversing with you.
The third line says that there's something about the key in the palm of the whatever. So we need to give the amulet to the girl to be able to
In the
use
palm of
that.
the first wife's
Yeah.
hand. Yeah.
Yeah, to give it to her because it's palm size. He said it's palm size. She needs it to be able to use it.
Which means we
That's
have
my-
to go after her. Which means we need to go rescue her.
But do we need all 5 stars before we go to rescue her? That's kind of my question. Are we going to be unable?
I don't know. The part of the issue is we might need all 5 gems to rescue her, but we might need the information on her birthmark in order to get to one or both of the remaining gems.
That's true too.
The question you're gonna be asking yourself is, I mean, how big is this birthmark? I mean, this is like Waterworld style, where it's like a map.
Redreth comes out of his cup for a minute and says, "Well, I have a birthmark you should see," and then he takes another drink at
Oh,
I love the decoration you're giving right now, Redreth. You're filling in the ambiance very well.
So
Have we tried attuning to one of the star gems? Can I hold one of the star gems for a minute, Kayla Lee, and try to attune to it?
Not while you guys are drunk and we're in public.
I said I'm not that drunk. This is human. This is human alcohol. It's not doing anything to me. I'm paladin.
Not while we're in public. Maybe
told you we're
tomorrow.
drinking Mr. White.
Dragonborn, so
Yeah. We're good.
so you're telling me the only two people who are not drunk is me and Kaoli or something?
I don't know. I haven't rolled a Constitution check.
All right, fine. I'll roll a Constitution.
Yeah, it's probably a good call. I'd say at -2, since you're it's all very good quality.
I'm doing great.
Oh, I'm pretty tanked. I'm wasted.
Yeah, Varric is taking a bigger hit than he expected.
Well, what I'm
I'll
doing
tell
is
you
I'm
what.
slowly creeping out, so I don't have to carry them on my back.
Oh, Mark's
Drag
already
him. You
leaning
could
on
drag
you.
him back too. You know.
Yeah. No, I'm doing it.
Redreth
So.
will roll at disadvantage because he is trying to get drunk.
Okay, that makes sense.
You said a Constitution save?
Check, but yeah.
Yeah.
A check. Okay. There you go. That worked.
Drop to 15.
You're wasted.
Yep. Yep. So the wizard is drunk and he's playing with his fingers. So how does that snap? How does that snap go again? Yeah, I just had it.
We're gonna fireball the bar because he's pissed off. He's
A la Fizzban.
yeah.
All right. We are now at 11 o'clock. I think we are done for our session for today. You guys got plenty to think about. When we start up next session, we will skip right ahead to you waking up in the morning and attending the audience of the Sheik. If there's anything you want to do in between, like shop or goods or anything else like that, let's try to conduct that in Discord chat over the next 2 weeks. We can probably cover those out because those will mostly be individual things and we don't want to take up everyone's time. So, you know, if you have time, you know, let's do it that way. If not, I'm sure we can squeeze it in between now and then. But yeah, between the last 2 sessions, the map, the inscription, the information from Tolnus and the information from Roland, you guys should have a lot to think about. You definitely have plenty of information to come up with a course of action. And obviously there will be some details filled in when you have the audience with the Sheik. I will say at this point, when we resume, the princess will still be missing.
The only location we've been given is the crypt of Badass Itch, isn't it?
Badr al-Mozak, and no, that is not the only location that you've been given.
Okay.
I like Badass Itch better, but that's okay.
Yeah, me too. That's how it's pronounced in Giant.
Right.
And I will remind you that the inscription itself gave you another location.
Oh, the Phoenix. Yeah, the Phoenix. Something about the
Mhm,
Phoenix. You're right. Okay. Well,
Sweet.
we'll have to talk to the Sheik in the morning anyway and get more details on that amulet. That might give us a little
And
more.
I'll slip a little DM information. You might want to talk to Roland a little more.
Yep.
Okay.
I didn't know what to talk to him about.
I'm sure you can find some topics that he's already raised. There's quite a few things that should open inquiry in your mind.
Okay.
Cool. Thanks for the round, guys. Catch you later.
Oh, yeah,
Just
absolutely.
as a
Session.
little reminder for your disappear, there is a couple of magic items from weapon and armor in the party sheet that people still haven't laid claim to. So you might all want to have a little look at that next time.
Oh, right
Yeah.
on.
The diamond goes to the cleric.
Yeah, we need to
I think
split
they
The
that up.
diamond
email
goes-
armor.
Yeah, the diamond goes to the cleric, and we need to find a jeweler who's willing to split that for us.
Redreth is full up on
Um,
attuned items, so anything that requires attunement, he has no interest in.
You don't want a wand of
Okay.
paralysis? I want a wand of paralysis.
What about a
Well,
ring? Of,
Only if
fun.
it doesn't require attunement.
what about a ring of wishes? You giving up an attunement for that?
A ring of what?
Wishes.
Wishes.
Oh yeah, I'd do that. Absolutely.
Okay, so you can be tempted.
Yes.
You can be pissed.
Thanks. You can just drop that into my inventory, Keith. That'd be great.
Sure, no
Okay.
problem. I'll get right on that. All right, I do have to come up with the experience award for the most recent battle or situation. Since that wasn't combat, I want to handle that a little differently. But like I said, it should be a good amount. Hopefully, you guys should be within a session or two of hitting 8th level. I hope.
Cool.
Cool.
Can we take a
are.
feat instead of the ASI?
What was that?
Can we take a feat instead of the ability score improvement?
Huh. Let me think about
That's
that.
usually the
I
opposite.
think that
We
should be
took-
okay, but I
we
want to think
took-
about that.
We took feats at 4th level.
I did.
You allowed feats at 4th level.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
that's
I
true.
thought.
Very,
Okay.
very didn't get the chance to. So
Right.
All right, then, yeah,
It was-
if
we
it was
started
good,
at
if it was
5th.
good for the goose, it's good for the gander. Or is that the other way
Yeah.
around?
Okay.
I just want it stated
Little bit
that
of
Redreth will not be taking a feat. He will be dumping both into intelligence. So
Nice.
Okay.
Sweet.
Because
I could use
I-
a couple less minuses,
this
so I might
build-
take them.
this build requires feats. It doesn't work properly without feats.
Yeah, I don't walk properly without feet.
Same.
Yeah, feats are definitely a much bigger deal in 5e. All right, so we're going to
Yeah.
go ahead and end the recording on session 52. Thanks all for coming.